there, YouTube. This is Dan, the Friendly Fat Guy. I've got something I want to throw out to you guys, and I realize that what I'm about to say may sound a little on the geeky side, and Lord knows the last thing I want to do is get myself pigeonholed into the, category of YouTube geek only talks about geeky stuff. But in this particular instance, I think there's kind of a cool life thing that I think is pretty awesome, that there's a particular fictional character that I think sums it up well. As a lot of you guys know, as you've seen from different things I've said and written, I am a bit of a geek. That's how it works. I'm a Star Wars fan, actually. I'm a Star Trek fan, too, so don't, all you geeks out there, don't get hating on me right away. But Chewbacca, of all people, the Wookiee from Star Wars, I think, man, as far as life goes, he's got it pretty good. If you look at all the people around him, everybody's always freaking out. Everybody's always running around, not sure what's going to happen. And Chewie's hanging there, naked, walking around with a, freaking bowcaster and just like, hey, what's up? That's kind of his world view. Everywhere in the universe he goes, he can be in space, he can be on desert planets, cold planets. He's always just chilling. Admittedly, he probably goes through a lot of money on razors if he ever tries to shave, so that's probably a downer. But all in all, it's a pretty cool way to be. Would I want a lightsaber if somebody were to create one and say, hey, friendly fat guy, you want a lightsaber? Well, yeah, of course. But that doesn't mean that, I have to give up this romanticized idea I've got about Chewie in the world. There's all this stuff about, and, the world and in, like Star Wars, where everybody's fighting. Everybody's always at constant war, a constant struggle. And Chewie's sitting there, he probably didn't want to be up in the middle of the war, but, in the, I guess technically it's Legends material now, where he met Han Solo for the first time, Han helped him out. He was, locked up, and Han turned code on the Imperial folks and saved his life. So Chewie's he is following an honor code by hanging out with Han. Han probably drinks a little too much and probably gets on his nerves every once in a while, but he's his friend, and he's, made a commitment to stay with him, so he stays and takes care of him. In the new movie, obviously, Han gets killed, and so Chewie kind of continues on his legacy. But even with that, if you saw the new movie, I mean, that big old walking carpet, as they call him, he feels really deeply. He's got a big old furry heart. And obviously I'm a big old furry guy, so I kind of identify, right? But when he saw this guy who had saved his life, who he'd, devoted his life to protecting, die at the hands of his son, he flipped out. He, let out a big old Wookiee roar and started shooting up the place. I mean, I gotta say, if I have a friend like that at the end of the day, I think I probably did something right in my life, So many people are always so focused on what they get out of a relationship, whether it be a friendship or a romantic relationship. Some people are looking for money, some people are looking for prestige and status, or maybe they're just looking for experience for the next relationship. And Chewie's never looking for that, right? Big fella's just yeah, this is my boy, this is my homeboy right here, this is Han, and that's it. He's just hanging out. He's not worried about the next thing, because he realizes what he's got right now is, is pretty freaking good. It might not be perfect. They might, smuggle stuff and be kind of outlaws or whatever, but they're doing it for, in his mind anyway, he's doing it for the right reasons. He made a pledge to, defend and take care of, crazy man next to him who becomes his best friend. And, he's not looking for something new. He's got a pretty good setup going on. At the end of the day, we never know when our lives are going to end. We never know when, we're going to be stabbed through the chest with a lightsaber, or if we're going to be, toss down a trash compactor, or whatever it is. We never know when our last day is going to be. We work towards improving ourselves and being the best that we can with this idea of who we want to be in the future. And we forget that, we are who we are. You know, we can strive to be more. We can always strive to be better and do what we can to make ourselves the best that we can be. But at the end of the day, you know, we can't control anything beyond what's in front of our faces. You know, we can't control what's happened yesterday. We can't control what happens tomorrow, but we control what happens today. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with wanting stuff better for ourselves. But if we don't appreciate the things we have, you know, if we don't take a lesson from, you know, Big Harry over there and really see what we have in front of us and appreciate the lives that we have, there's no way to be able to make it better. You know, I've dealt with so much crap in my life from so many different people. Everything from being picked on as a little kid, you know, the different issues that I have with wiring, you know, Asperger's, and, you know, the major depression diagnosis and different things that I've struggled with, you know, going up to being cheated on by my ex-wife with her ex-boyfriend, you know, having issues with, you know, other extended friends and family. My future soon-to-be mother-in-law doesn't like me very well, you know, like all of these different things that go into life. You know, it's hard sometimes to look at the day that we're in and appreciate the good things about it. So I would challenge everybody, you know, to try to bring out the little bit of Chewie in you, you know, and appreciate where you are. Stop everything, put everything down, take a look around, see if you can really see the beauty that's in your life right now. See the great things that are going on. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that this week, talking about something called a life inventory, something I've been needing to do for the last few months. I try to do it every few months, and I've been a little bit behind. But really, take the time, you know, take a few minutes to accept the challenge, the Chewy challenge, as I'd call it. Take the time to accept the Chewy challenge, to stop and smell the freaking roses and look at the good stuff that's going on around you. Because if you want all that stuff that you dream about for your future, you better damn well appreciate what you have now. All right, folks, this is Dan the Friendly Fat Guy, signing off. See you later, everybody.